my landlord told me renters are replaceable. 6 months later, he lost his building. The first time I complained about the heat being out, my landlord texted, wear a sweater. Renters are replaceable. 6 months later, he was the one replaced. I'm Olivia. I moved into a small, old brick building in Philadelphia because it was the only place I could afford that wasn't an hour from my job. 8 units, thin walls, rusty fire escape, and a landlord named Vince who liked to brag that he didn't believe in handouts, even as he ignored broken things. When the ceiling in my bathroom started leaking brown water, I sent photos. He replied, don't run the shower so hot. When the elevator started stopping 6 inches below the floor, he stuck a handwritten note on it, jump a little. We all got used to his laziness. Then winter hit. One night in January, the radiators clanged, groaned, and then went silent. It was below freezing outside. Inside didn't feel much better. I could see my breath in my studio. I texted Vince. The heat is out. His reply. It's an old system. It comes and goes. Wear layers. Down the hall, Ms. Lee in 3B, who was 78 and walked with a cane, coughed every time she stepped out of her apartment. I brought her tea and tried to pretend I wasn't scared for her. By the third night, people started sleeping in their coats. We used the oven for warmth, fully aware it wasn't safe. Someone finally called the city's housing hotline and reported a lack of heat. The next morning, as if on cue, Ms. Lee collapsed in the hallway. The paramedics wrapped her in blankets and shook their heads. This building is iced, one of them said. The owner's going to have a problem. That was the day we stopped complaining separately and started acting together. We created a group chat, 12th Street tenants. It was me, the grad student in 4A, the couple with a newborn in 2C, the guy with the big dog in 1D, and Ms. Lee's niece. We started posting everything, photos of mold creeping behind cupboards, videos of the elevator stuttering, screenshots of unread emails to Vince. I started reading local tenant laws. Turned out, in our city, landlords are legally required to maintain heat during winter above a certain temperature. They can't just tell you to wear a sweater. We documented every day the heat was off with thermometer photos. 50 degrees Fahrenheit inside at 7 a.m., date stamped. We printed every text. Then as a group, we filed a formal complaint with the city and copied a tenants' rights nonprofit we'd found online. Inspectors came within a week. Vince tried to act like he was the victim. These kids want luxury for cheap, he told the inspector. It's an old building. It's charming. The inspector walked through Ms. Lee's unit and peeled back a patch of paint near her bed. The wall behind was black with mold. He checked the boiler and found a red tag from 3 years ago. Unsafe. Replace immediately. He checked the elevator log. No certification for 5 years. We'll be in touch, he said flatly. The first set of fines hit Vince's mailbox a month later. He ignored them. The second set was bigger. Then the city placed a lien on the property. The nonprofit helped us put our rent payments into an escrow account until repairs were made. Vince tried to scare us by slipping notes under doors. Rent's going up next month. Don't like it? Move. The nonprofit lawyer sent him a letter back quoting the city's anti-retaliation laws. His rent increase notices disappeared quickly after. By summer, Vince had a choice. Spend tens of thousands fixing the building or sell. He listed it, confident some developer would buy it, kick us out, and turn it into condos. Instead, a community land trust bought it, a nonprofit funded to keep housing affordable. They called a meeting in the lobby. We've reviewed the inspection reports, the director said, standing under the flickering light that Vince never fixed. You were right to complain. First, we're replacing the boiler and getting the elevator certified. While we do that, your rent will not increase for at least 2 years. After that, any changes will be modest and transparent. If you've been paying on time, you're safe here. Vince came by one afternoon while workers were hauling in the new boiler. He stood across the street smoking, staring at the building he'd squeezed for every dollar while giving nothing back. Then he flicked the cigarette onto the sidewalk and walked away. The first night the heat clicked on in October, I lay on my bed listening to the hum of the new system and thinking about his text. Renters are replaceable. Maybe we are, maybe we're not. But in the end, the person who got replaced wasn't the one shivering in a coat on the kitchen floor. It was the man who thought we'd never talk to each other.